There we are, live once again, bang on time. We are back. Welcome, everyone. How are you doing, Jessica?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm well, thanks. I'm well. It's good to be back here live. It's good to be back here live on another green day for crypto.
Thank the Lord.
Wow.
And happy Wednesday, guys.
Yeah, we are now over halfway through the, well, it depends on where you are, aren't you? But we're over halfway through the week. And it's been a good week at that. So thanks, everyone, for joining. And please do let us know, of course, in the comments where you are watching us from. Is there anyone watching from Uruguay today? I just curious to know, really. And of course, if anyone's watching from Wales,
yeah, give us a shout out.
We would love to know. And Romania as well. For some reason, I always like to hear from people watching in Romania. I've never been to Romania, but I hear it's a wonderful place. Full of wonderful people. So,
well, next time there's a conference, keep an eye out. Maybe we'll let you go, let you scope out Romania.
That would be nice. That would be nice. So Dennis is joining us from Turkey. NM, is that New Mexico? Switzerland, Sweden, the UK, Netherlands, fantastic. South Africa, Virginia, Dubai. One of our neighbors here. Spain, Montana, Baltimore, Nigeria. I love it how US states are a country within themselves.
It's true.
I'm from the great state of Montana. From Rome, from Devon, beautiful Devon. Ahoy from Tasmania.
Ooh, fantastic. Nice one, an interesting one today.
Yeah, it is a very early live stream, Zach, because you guys have put your clocks back. We don't put the clocks back here in Dubai. So we are now an extra hour ahead of you. So apologies, but as I said in the video, reminder video earlier, you can watch us with your breakfast. What better way to start the day?
Crypto and coffee, my two favorite things.
There you are. There you are. More people from Spain, from Melbourne, from Canada, from Massachusetts, New York City, Lithuania, Portugal, Germany, Philippines, Canada. No one from Romania, and no one from Wales either.
Guys, come on.
Where are all the Welsh at? From wet Camberley. Oh yeah, I bet Camberley's a bit bleak at the moment. Watching from an underbuild. What's an underbuild? Do you know what an underbuild is?
A house before it's built, under the build. I don't know. We'll find out. Please let us know in the comments.
Yes,
we have to know.
Enlighten us, Matthew. I've never heard of an underbuild before, and now I must know. Dan D is originally from Wales.
That absolutely counts. I'm going to take it. Dan, thank you for joining. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
But especially Dan from Wales. Dan. Uzbekistan. That's not quite Uruguay, but that's a great one to have. Tasmania is very interesting. Yes, someone tried to set up hydropower Bitcoin mining operation a few years ago, but he was pretty sketchy. There was a lot of that, I think, a few years ago. We do have someone from Romania, Jorge, if I'm pronouncing that right. I'll just call you George. And Saskatchewan. Did I say that right, Mark?
And Matthew has said that the underhouse is the cavity under a house.
Oh, what are you doing there, Matthew? Have you been banished? Has your interest in crypto seen you banished to the basement? If that's what's happening here, that's no good.
When you buy some more crypto without your wife or husband's permission, you go to the underhouse. You get onto the underhouse and you think about what you've done, remortgaging the house to go all in on Solana. No.
Yeah, we don't want to give my wife any ideas. If she hears about that, then I'll be doing. There'll be future live streams coming from the basement as well. You're being watched from Romania also, but don't tell anyone we're at work still. Okay. You were going to say the same thing.
Secret with us.
Absolutely. Okay. Great. Well, Matthew's a plumber. Okay. It all comes together. It all makes sense. Red Sox. I've no idea why Manchester United is so bad this year. This is a crypto channel. We have no answers for you on football, I'm afraid. We can speculate, but it'll almost certainly be wrong. Connecticut. Oh, Matthew's multitasking. I'm enjoying this, Matthew. Please keep us updated.
We need to get you on the call next time, Matthew. Just join us on the live stream.
Absolutely. You could give us some plumbing tips as well. We're still kind of in a bear market, so we need to diversify the content as much as possible. Muji from UK. Thanks for keeping me optimistic during the bear market. I think probably a lot of people would say that I've been too pessimistic this bear market, but
Your energy's an upper though. You know, you're bringing the good vibes,
Yeah.
even if sometimes we're talking about some serious content.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, esports highlights is getting fed up. Says start the show. All right, we will start the show. Esports highlights, if that really is your name. So we've got a few things to talk about today. First of all, well, let's start off by saying congratulations to XRP, which became the 4th largest crypto by market cap. Well done, XRP. It is now back to 5th, I think, but yeah, so it's just behind BNB. But I mean, there's just a few hundred million in it. So yeah, and this is obviously thanks to some XRP has been on quite a tear recently, hasn't it?
It has been one to watch. So at the moment, actually, for those of you that do know, we are out here in Dubai. XRP is having, well, Ripple's having a conference here in Dubai at the moment called the Swell Conference, which is taking place today and tomorrow.
Right.
Local. So there's that going on. And there was also some other good news that came out from Ripple.
Oh yes, so they got approval here in Dubai as well, and also in Georgia.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So they basically here in Dubai, they have. I think they've been approved by the DIFC, which is the Dubai International Financial Center.
Yeah.
And they can now be used by companies within the DIFC, and there are quite a lot of those, aren't there?
Yeah, so virtual asset firms can now list XRP on the board, which is interesting, actually. So we're seeing that Brad Garlinghouse has spoken out and saying that, you know, Dubai is really open when it comes to cryptocurrency regulations and moving forward, which, you know, it's one of the reasons why we're here. A lot does happen in Dubai.
Yeah, it's all go out here on the crypto front. So there we are, and of course, other good news for XRP. We've all been kind of keeping up with that, haven't we? There was there've been the victories, well, the little victories against the SEC in court. That case is still going on, but yeah, you wouldn't want to be the SEC in that battle. So yeah, it seems to be the only way is up for Ripple and XRP at the moment. Whether they will be able to sort of positively, you know, completely take that market cap, that 4th place off BNB remains to be seen. Whether they can take it and hold on to it, but they really are blazing ahead, and there is a lot of gap between XRP in terms of market cap, and then next up, which is USDC, and that leads us absolutely seamlessly into what I wanted to talk about next. This was some news I saw earlier today. This is Circle, the company that obviously issues USDC, considering going public.
Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
So Circle, the 2nd largest stablecoin, is thinking about going public. They were thinking about going public earlier, weren't they, in 2022?
Yeah.
And they put it on hold for some reason.
Yeah, so they put it on hold in December last year. And obviously that was kind of in the immediate aftermath of FTX. Crypto was in a very bad place at that time. And obviously there were regulatory concerns as well. So yeah, Circle's IPO was kind of abandoned last year.
Yeah.
I guess either due to regulatory concerns or market conditions, or most likely a mixture of both. But that now seems to be back on again. And is it a coincidence that, you know, market conditions have notably improved since then?
Interesting. So Circle was valued at in 2022 when it was looking to go public at $9 billion, around there. So that's interesting to see maybe what the valuation could be like if we do see IPO in early 2024.
Yeah, so that could be, you know, that could be one of those bits of news that although on the face of it may not look like much, that could actually be, you know, fairly bullish bit of news if Circle is reopening those plans to go public. It must, you would imagine, be feeling fairly confident about the state of the market.
Yeah, and also just kind of realigning that stable coins in the financial traditional industry are getting more recognized. They're getting more of a kind of nod of approval from the traditional world. And when it comes to IPOs, I always remember Coinbase's IPO in 2021, because that was an absolute tear. I mean, so the day of the IPO, shares for Coinbase jumped 50%, and it took the valuation to $86 billion. When Coinbase first went public. So it does put you on the map. It is a very interesting turn of events. So that would be interesting to see.
Yeah. That is good news. I think Ripple, well, no, sorry, not Ripple, Circle thinking about going public. But Ripple is also considering going public.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't think there's been anything sort of official about that recently, but it is something that's been talked about for quite a long time. And obviously the court case with the SEC, I think, has largely got in the way of that. But talk about Ripple going public is now kind of starting to heat up a little bit because the court case has been going pretty well against the SEC. So that could be something to look out for as well. Kraken too, interestingly enough. So at the moment, Coinbase is the most famous public crypto company.
Yeah.
A few crypto miners have gone public. I think Marathon might have done, and Riot blockchain, I think, both publicly owned crypto miners. But other than that, there aren't really any public companies out there for crypto. And I think this could perhaps be a theme of the next bull market, more big crypto companies going public.
Interesting. So next year we could see Bitcoin halving, more spot Bitcoin ETFs coming into the market, the first one coming to the market as well, hopefully. And then we could also see public crypto companies.
Yeah.
Some interesting and some pretty big trends there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's something to look out for. Kraken was also has also had plans to go public a while ago, but it seems to have put them on ice. So that could be another one to watch. Again, like, you'd imagine that Kraken, an exchange, would be looking, if it was seeing its volumes go up and a much healthier market, then that could be a time it could think about going public. So, maybe that could be a sign to watch out for as well.
And no sign of Tether going public.
No sign of Tether
going public.
No. I think there's a better chance of Satoshi crashing a UFO into the Loch Ness Monster than Tether going public, certainly in the US anytime soon. But who knows? So I also, though, I want to talk about, a little bit about, as we're on the subject of Circle, I want to talk a little bit about USDC's market cap.
Yeah.
Because stablecoin, there have been a lot of inflows into stablecoins recently. Which is a good sign because it shows that money, it suggests that money is coming back into the crypto market. But I just want to share my screen with you guys here, if I can. Share screen. I want to show you this chart here from CoinGecko. This is USDC's market cap.
Okay.
And that is, as you can see, not pretty. It's declined from a high of just under $56 billion back in 2022, and it's now just over a little around the $25 million mark. So USDC is kind of struggling from a market cap perspective. Now let's just change that and have a look instead at USDT's market cap. So if we find the chart, go to market cap and then max. It's loading very slowly, but so one of the reasons, I think one of the big reasons, well, I think there are two main reasons for USDC's market cap struggling at the moment. One is, you might remember back in March when the banking crisis was going on, USDC, it was found, Circle were found to have about, I think, 8% of their reserves at Silicon Valley Bank. So those reserves became sort of temporarily unavailable. USDC depegged. Everyone kind of got a little bit panicky before it, repegged a couple of days later. And it was all a bit of a storm in a teacup. But I think that really hurt USDC and its reputation a bit. The other reason I think USDC's market cap is declining is because of basically USDC is mostly used in DeFi. That's its big use case.
Okay, so as we've seen a little bit of a DeFi lull, that has impacted market cap.
Yeah. So, as Douglas actually points out in the comment, Binance removed USDC from its platform as well. That didn't help either. So all in all, USDC has been struggling a bit recently. But certainly because it's used in mostly in DeFi. On the other hand, USDT is used mostly in trading. Yeah. Particularly leverage trading. And you can see here, there was that decline in its market cap. It is now on the rise again, and is now at an all-time high.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think the fact that USDC's, I'm going to stop sharing there. That's quite enough of people looking at a chart. So I think the increase in USDT's market cap is another good sign because, again, it suggests that there is more demand for trading, there is more demand for leverage. That suggests that crypto markets are picking up.
Yeah.
And that also means more money coming into the market, which is again a very good sign.
Very interesting. And also probably people that are, you know, traders, longer term investors that have a little bit of USDT and they're on the sidelines waiting to re-enter the market too.
Yeah. And of course, you know, a lot of people, that's for a lot of people, you know, the first sort of step in, isn't it? You move your fiat onto an exchange, you convert it into a stable coin so you can move it around nice and quickly. So yeah, good signs all round. Did you have something from Sentiment regarding?
Yes, I did actually. So I had I saw an interesting tweet from Sentiment. I popped it into the link here so we can share the screen so everyone can have a little look. And this is to do with Tether. They've noticed the accumulation of Tether, and you'll be able to see on the screen here. But the tweet has said that the 10 largest Tether wallets, as you can see, hold a quarter of the entire USDT supply, which is still a shocking number. And I know we spoke about this off air, and it does make sense to a certain extent that the exchanges, the larger exchanges, will be holding a significant proportion of this Tether holdings. But it's still, when you hear about a decentralized industry, just how centralized some of these holdings can be, it does raise a little bit of a cause for concern. But I would like to point out, Sentiment have excellent charts when it comes to breaking down data. So if you're not giving them a follow yet, have a little check out of their Twitter. There's some very good content there.
Yeah, Sentiment are great. They're a very good tool. Okay, let me just have a look at what we are going to talk about now. Thanks everyone in the comments. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. So that is, who would have thought stablecoins could be so exciting, eh? So much going on.
Well, anything that gives us a little bit of an indication of where we're heading next, because right now, as you've mentioned, we are in this stage of, maybe it's called like an accumulation phase, like we're waiting to see what's going to happen. Sentiment is starting to change. There's green across the board today, but you know, we just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, you know, a fairly sort of slow process. You know, we're sort of getting towards the end of the bear market, or I've heard plenty of people whose opinions I respect a great deal saying that the bull market has already started. I think it's one of these things we won't really know until a little further down the line, but certainly market conditions improving massively, which is great to see. And, you know, we're from this end, we're also seeing kind of better sentiment, aren't we? You know, views are going up, and there just seems to be kind of a general sort of better, you know, people are in a better mood.
I had my first message this week from a friend saying, should I go all in on Bitcoin? So that, you know, probably nothing.
There you are, the inbox indicator.
The inbox indicator, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, right. So what were we going to talk about next? So let's talk about NFTs and watch views from the stream drop off like that. So there were a couple of bits of NFT related news. One was that NFT trading volumes had actually gone up a little bit.
Okay.
So they kind of spiked, and I mean, not very much. I think that was mostly, as I understood it, it was mostly people from the Bored Ape Yacht Club, from Yuga Labs, buying CryptoPunks.
Okay.
So I think they were accounting for at least some of the volume. But yeah, one of the big things for NFTs in the last week or so was The Simpsons doing a bit on NFTs.
I always love when The Simpsons cover something to do with crypto or like NFTs. This is something that got a lot of people excited, because does this mean they're predicting something that we don't know? The Simpsons are known to be predicting these events. For example, Donald Trump's presidency before it happened. So could they be predicting another NFT bull market before it happens? I mean, this is what the Twitter was saying. Twitter was excited about it.
Yeah. It's so The Simpsons, I mentioned on The Simpsons, is obviously kind of rocket fuel for, you know, for crypto in general. It was quite interesting to see sort of excitement building around NFTs as a result, when The Simpsons were actually sort of quite critical of them. They actually slammed them a little bit. There was a great line though. I haven't seen the whole episode, but I did see some clips. I think Decrypt put a couple of clips up I think Homer is one of those Treehouse of Horror ones, you know, where they do lots of little short stories. Homer turns Bart into an NFT via some sort of machine, uploads him to the blockchain, and then finds that the NFT is suddenly worth like millions of dollars. But there was a great line in it, honey, when he goes back to Marge and says, honey, remember how we were always saying we wished Bart was less fungible? Which I think is pretty good.
That is very good.
No? Okay. Yeah. Wow. The Simpsons.
Little fun fact. So The Simpsons first referenced Bitcoin in December 2013.
Really?
So The Simpsons called Bitcoin very early. So if you're watching a Simpsons episode, it was the 8th of December 2013, and Bitcoin was trading at $795 per Bitcoin at the time. So if you watch the episode and you decided to get into Bitcoin, I mean, it would have been a pretty lucrative hold for you.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe the Simpsons are telling us to get back into NFTs.
Who knows?
But who knows? Who knows? The Simpsons, I mean, that's been going on for so long.
Well, there's also the theory that, do they have an episode every single week, or is it every day?
I think it's every week. But I mean, they really churn them out. I can't believe they're still going.
But they have to get some predictions right. If you do crypto price predictions and you drop a prediction every single day, statistically you're bound to get something right.
Very cynical, Jessica, but it could work. It could work. Benny is asking, hey Guy, are you able to do a shout out to my son Sebastian, who always asks in the car, Dad, are you listening to Guy again? Sebastian, hello. Yes, your dad is listening to Guy again, and Jessica as well. I hope you enjoy hearing my voice and it doesn't send you off to sleep, which it apparently does for quite a lot of people.
Me too. We've got those ASMR voices, you know?
Yeah, that's our backup thing. If crypto goes to the wall, then we're just going to go into the ASMR industry and do that. So, you know, you've always got to have a backup plan, folks. Have a plan and stick to it. So that was The Simpsons doing NFTs. What happened just when you thought NFTs, you know, couldn't get any lower? What happened with Ape Fest?
So this was actually a really tragic headline to read, and I do feel for anyone that was kind of fallen victim to this. Ape Fest was taking place in Hong Kong, I believe, last week, and obviously people that are holders of the Ape Collection 10,000 NFT holders. People will go along to these events that they're able to cater to, community build, network, the whole shebang. And the organizers apparently had used unfiltered UV lights. So people basically were waking up at kind of 3 a.m. with sunburn on their eyes, having to sometimes go to hospital because they were saying, I can't see, this is really, really painful. And I think Yuga Labs has responded to some of the people that have been tweeting out to say, we can help you throughout this process. But it just sounds like a horror movie. It sounds horrific.
Yeah. Unfiltered UV light. So, I mean, I don't know how that gets sort of waved through. It suggests that it probably wasn't particularly well organized.
No idea how that managed to get through and get bypassed. No idea how you even got hold of them. I don't know why they would exist.
Yeah. It sounds like something that should be, you know, illegal.
Yes.
An unfiltered UV light. That sounds like, you know, some sort of mild death ray. I don't think you should be able to buy unfiltered UV lights, but you know, that's just me, nanny state guy. So just when you thought NFT holders, you know, couldn't have a worse year, then this happens at Ape Fest.
Thank God the Simpsons episode came out before, because the Simpsons would have gone rogue with that storyline, I think.
Yeah, I think so. So photokeratitis. Apparently these people, which just sounds horrible.
I was reading the article, and you know when your eyes are hurting just from reading it, I was thinking, oh, that just sounds so painful.
Yeah, sunburn on your eyes. I mean, sunburn is not nice on your eye. Oh, no thanks. So let's hope that everyone who attended Ape Fest makes a full recovery. But yeah, gosh, that is down bad.
Yeah, unfortunate event
for the Bored Ape Yacht Club as well. Not probably the look they were going for. Okay, let's move on from that. Let's stop fudding NFTs.
Yes.
What about what's up next? What are we going to talk about after this?
So we have some news that Toncoin has actually been on a very, very impactful price increase. So if you guys have been watching, Toncoin is now 9th on CoinMarketCap, I believe.
Wow, is it
Let me
9th
just
now?
double check. Oh, no, sorry, 10th. That was my mistake.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's absolutely skyrocketing. And the reason for this, you've mentioned this, it had hit a new record of 100,000 transactions per second.
Yeah.
Which is very, very impressive.
104,715 or something, which is, yeah. I think this was a test. I read a bit about that. I must try and find the link for you guys and share it with you. But I read something on the Toncoin blog about it, and it was sort of like, it sounded very impressive. The only thing was, it's like, they conducted this sort of test internally. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing any sort of third-party verification of this. So, it could be a case of them sort of talking up their results. But hey, look, it's very impressive, and I wonder whether Toncoin, obviously it's a layer one. As I understand, it's not perhaps the easiest one to build on, but it does have a lot of backing.
Yeah.
And it's got to this. I mean, I think it's top 10 on CMC, isn't it? I think CoinGecko has it at number 11 because of some. I don't think CMC count Lido staked Ether, do they?
Yeah, correct.
But I mean, basically, Toncoin has become a top 10 crypto almost by stealth.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
And really so impressive interactions when it comes to the use case of the fact that it's the integration with Telegram. Really low exchange exposure as well. So I think as of today, let's have a little look at what exchanges and communities. KuCoin, Bitfinex, and Uniswap and PancakeSwap. So it's not the easiest cryptocurrency to get hold of. So the fact that it's already top 10 on CoinMarketCap is very, very interesting indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, it's not listed on any of the US exchanges because, I mean, back when Telegram tried to launch Toncoin or Ton back in, I think it was 2019.
Okay.
And then the SEC basically came and shut it down. They were like, this is definitely a security. No way, no effing way. And so I guess that they've kind of avoided the US ever since. But then, given that the US is by far the largest retail market for crypto, it's as you say, it's even more impressive that it's managed to kind of get to this market cap with no US exchange support and no Binance. It's not even on Binance.
Wow.
So there we are. Rob, our friend Rob from Digital Asset News, is in the comments as well. Nice to see you, sir. We're on your channel tomorrow, aren't we, for NFA Live, if I remember correctly. So looking forward to that. If Ton did that in stealth, Rob says, imagine in the bull run. Be careful though. How many wallets hold the majority of this? Solana had the same issue in the beginning, but it went to 250 in the bull. That's right. Now I did see I did see a Toncoin Explorer somewhere. Let me see if I've still got the link for that. I think Tonscan. No, Tonscan for some reason isn't showing me any data. But yeah, I think that there is definitely a pretty hefty concentration of Ton in the top 10 wallet. I mean, the top wallet itself holds several billion. So that is something to be aware of as well. And Rob says, yeah, we need to talk about your price predictions. Oh, really? My price
that old
predictions?
question.
Oh no. Can we talk about your price? But let's talk about Ben's price prediction. Let's try and wring a price prediction out of Ben. It'd be like getting blood out of a stone. Yeah, so Toncoin, yeah, it's impressive. Impressive that it's got that far under the radar, as it were.
And let's keep an eye out on it because I know, as you've said, 104,000 transactions per second recorded last week as a new record. It was internal. So when it is open to the kind of the public and the community to build, is it going to be similar to what we saw with Solana, where we do see some outages along the way and some growing pains? And could that also impact price? I think we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. I think one of the interesting things for Toncoin is going to be, the fact that it's backed by Telegram.
Yeah.
Obviously, Telegram has got hundreds of millions of users. Very, very popular app. It's one of those must-have apps for crypto. I kind of have a bit of a love-hate relationship with Telegram. What about you?
It's because we're in crypto, and our Telegram is, I've not cleaned up my Telegram since 2016. So it's inundated with group chats. And I think it's very convenient, but again, it's very easy for people to get your contact, spam a little bit.
Yeah. Whenever I see a Telegram message pop up, it's usually someone wants something from me. Not always, but yeah, Telegram often means work. Yes. So, Rob, that was short and sweet. Time for back therapy. Oh gosh, I remember you saying you had a sore back last week. Get well soon, Rob. Oh dear. So yes, NFA live with Rob tomorrow. But yes, Toncoin, very interesting project, backed by Telegram. So I have also heard talk of Telegram wanting to integrate Toncoin at some point in the future. I've heard talk of a wallet feature before. Again, that's all talk, but if it does happen, that would obviously be pretty big.
And I'm sure Elon would not be happy about it, because it sounds like that's a little bit closer to the all-encompassing financial payment application than Twitter and X app.
Yeah.
There's this kind of debate between the two now. So which could get there first, if they both have the goal of becoming a crypto payment application use case? That would be interesting to see.
Now, could that be a narrative for the next bull run? I'm obsessed with narratives at the moment. I'm trying to iron out in my mind what the narratives of the next bull run are going to be, because narratives are what drive crypto prices in large parts. So could a narrative be for the next one, integrated payment apps, this idea of like either, as you say, X, or maybe Telegram, or maybe someone else bringing a payment app that's also, that also has all these other features, that becomes a non-Chinese version, a Western version, if you like, of WeChat, or is it Weibo, the other one?
I don't know.
WeChat. Whatever happened to Alchemy Pay? I don't know.
That's a very good question, and I think that's something that only you guys can tell us, because this is one of the things, is retail really drive the trends with what they want to see. And I know when I was working with CoinMarketCap, and people were looking into potential ideas and trends, and I think people now expect to be rewarded in some way, shape, or form for their time on social media, on Web 2, on Web 3. Like, if you're spending a lot of time on applications, you want to be rewarded. So actually getting tokenized incentives to spend time playing a game, using a social media platform, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of being rewarded for your time, that cues up nicely a question I spotted from Muji. Muji, again, can you please make a video on move to earn projects? This is something new in this cycle. Well, I mean, we have had move to earn before. So Steppen was the big one from the last cycle. Steppen's still going. There's also Sweatcoin, which I know Rob is a big fan of. So yeah, move to earn isn't necessarily new, but I wonder whether its time could come, or whether it's all. This is the thing with narratives. Sometimes, by the time you've heard of them, by the time you're sort of familiar with them, they've already had their time. We're all on to something else. Sing to earn was one I came across recently.
Oh, that's my worst nightmare. Oh, I can't think of anything worse.
We don't want that.
Guy is a great singer, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. And one lucky day, you might.
One day I'll sing on the stream. Well, okay. When Bitcoin hits a new all-time high, then I'll sing on the stream. How about that?
We've heard it here first.
Okay.
I will not forget this one. I will not forget this moment.
Wow. You'll regret it. I don't know where this idea of me having a good singing voice comes from. But yeah, move to earn. I do think it's one that I like, that narrative. I think it's a cool idea. I think incentivizing people to exercise is a great thing, and it can work, and it should work if it's done well. One of the things, I did download Steppen a while back and sort of tried playing with it and stuff. I really felt they'd made it overcomplicated.
Yeah.
Like having to buy the NFT trainers, and then there were like at least 2 tokens. And I just thought, can't you just move and earn?
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of feel simplicity is a much underrated feature of apps in general. But I think move to earn, it could still have its time, but yeah, let's see. Yeah, people talking about Sweat Wallet. I know Stepan is definitely complicated, says Douglas. Yeah, I used to be at school with a chap called Douglas Baker. Are you the same Douglas? Are you the same Douglas Baker? Who knows? Okay, and Douglas thinks Sweat is better. Sweat, I think, is simpler, isn't it? Is Sweat built on Near Protocol?
Let me Google and find
I
out.
think it is. Guy, give us a cousin Barry as Rob jumps through his green screen pool as BTC turns 100K. Okay, Dre. Dre 5110. Welcome back. I will talk to Barry about that. I'm sure we can, and Rob, and I'm sure we can make that happen for you. I think that would be much better than me singing. No, Douglas Baker is Canadian, not likely. And yes, Doug, you're very engaged with this stream. That's great. Okay, was there anything else that we wanted to talk about today? We've talked about Toncoin. I was going to speculate. Well, another thing to pay attention to or to notice is crypto investment products have now seen 6 straight weeks of inflows.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So this is from a report by CoinShares.
Yeah.
So it's been on a kind of 6-week streak of inflows as opposed to outflows.
Yeah.
$767 million worth of inflows over the last 6 weeks, which is pretty good.
And this is for retail inflows.
This is for, I think, mostly institutional inflows.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but what's interesting is 767 million over the last 6 weeks. The total for 2022 was 736.
Wow, so we've beaten 2022 already.
Yeah, and still a month and a bit to go. Of course, we could see outflows, which would take the total back down. So let's not get too excited. But definitely, that is more. That's another bit of evidence, if you like, to add to the pile that crypto is coming out of this bear market now. Money is starting to make its way back into the ecosystem, which is fantastic news.
Well, it's similar to what we saw at the end of October. We saw that buy Bitcoin as a Google search trend was surging worldwide. And in the UK, it was 800% up in the last week of October. So people are starting to spike their interest again.
Yeah, they're coming back. The tourists are coming back. Okay, the other thing I wanted to talk about, something I noticed was Grand Theft Auto 6. Okay?
Go on, tell us about it.
So this is something might be worth watching out for. There was so Grand Theft Auto 6 is due to be announced, I think, either this week or early next week, as I understand it. There has been a bit of speculation about whether we might see a crypto integration on GTA 6. Now, that speculation seems to have dropped off a bit. So for one thing, I thought I'd just revive it just for the hell of it, just to sort of put you in a bullish mood. But I'm interested, has anyone in the comments, has anyone watching heard anything more recently about GTA 6? Have you ever played any of the GTA?
I have played GTA back in the day, but this was when I was kind of like 14, 15, 16.
Right.
I mean,
it didn't leave much of an impression on you.
It's so good, guys. I have no words. And I think I'm just amazed that people can play it for so long. There's only so many times you can throw someone out of a car, try and shoot them, and then drive off with the car.
You'd be amazed how many times, how often, how long it takes for that to get old. Yeah. So someone saying Guy and GTA, that would be cool, wouldn't it? If they had a character based on me, so long as he was an absolute baller. I wouldn't want him to be one of those guys who gets dragged out of a car and beaten up. That would be very disappointing. Surely Carmen Relax says, that's a nice name, says surely Rockstar accepts Bitcoin. I must say, I'm not sure we will see a crypto integration with GTA 6. I mean, for one thing, I think that would require an awful lot of plumbing in the background. So I think that's probably unlikely. Maybe they're gonna rug us by making sort of disparaging references to crypto, a bit like The Simpsons.
Well, this was what I was expecting when you mentioned GTA was coming up. I was like, is there going to be some rap music with mentions of Bitcoin that are going to be in the soundtracks? Because GTA soundtracks always kind of pop off and get people excited.
Yeah.
And we're going to see some Bitcoin logo cars. which we do have some in Dubai,
Mhm.
maybe there's also going to be some in the game.
Yeah.
So we might see some crypto references along the way.
Okay. We never know. So keep a lookout for that.
When's the game due to be launched?
So, well, I think they're like I say, I think they're announcing it either this week or next.
Okay. Nice.
So then we'll get a launch date. I mean, you know, maybe we could see crypto integration, or yeah, maybe as you say, it's just more about it being referenced. Because you know, back in the bull market days, a crypto reference, you know, like on Saturday Night Live or at the Super Bowl or something, was usually enough to send the market into an absolute frenzy. That was the word I was looking for.
Elon Musk on Saturday Night Live talking about Dogecoin. That was a moment, guys.
Wow. Apparently, according to our friend Esports Highlights again, by the way, Guy, you look like Michael from GTA 5. I'm gonna have to Google that. This don't make me kick you off the screen. Michael.
The sentiment of the entire stream relies on this one comment.
Yeah,
and how Michael looks.
Michael DeSanta, previously Townley. It's one of the main characters. What?
Not so far off.
What? Really? Okay. Hang on. Let me see if I can get this full screen. So apparently, according to Esports Highlights, I look like this guy. What?
I kind of see it. I don't think it's so far-fetched, especially after you make your first sentence of a video and then you look at the camera, raise your eyebrow and go like this.
Okay. Wow. All right. Michael,
if you don't see me here next week, guys, it's been really great to present with you all.
We need to talk. Okay. Michael from GTA 5. Thanks for that. Well, let's hope Michael comes back in GTA 6 looking younger, healthier, and a bit less like me. Okay, so wow, we got some nice numbers watching the stream this week. It's been one of the sort of features of the bear market. Not many people tune in for live streams, but those numbers are going up, so it's good to see you guys. Apparently, according to Cardano Green, welcome back. Michael has serious anger management issues. No comment. No comment. Source the Old says Guy would make a tremendous Trevor though. Oh, I don't think I want to look. I don't think I want to look at that. Okay, so that's about it for today's stream. I think we've covered all the topics we wanted to, haven't we?
I think we have. It's been excellent to join you guys, as always, every Wednesday. Thank you.
Yeah. So we will be back again next Wednesday. Let's hope that all the good news continues. Let's hope those green candles continue. Bitcoin is currently around 35K, isn't it? It's still holding that level. So where will we be next week? Will we still be over 35K? Will we have retraced a bit? Will we be over 40K?
We just don't know. We'll find out though.
Yeah. So thanks for joining, folks. It's been great to see you. We will be back next week. As I say, keep a lookout for all the other things coming your way from Coin Bureau. Thanks very much for watching. Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you, guys. See you all next week.
See you then. Okay. Someone's saying 442K.